today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about... And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Tavon Austin now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on. We know he's not bad at this, but his footwork always wants...
Off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught off the deflection. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over. We see Matthew Stafford, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, set to pilot the offense of the Detroit Lions.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. The numbers for Sanders last week, 14 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect to maybe...
As Sanders has it poked free, and now the Rams have got it, going the other way, and to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? they're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Deep for the Rams, Tavon Austin. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive? Sometimes
it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But
the numbers a week ago for Kupp. 7 catches, 59 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now with draw play, it's Falk. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 11. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. Now it's Stafford. And this is incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's complete. He finds Falk here. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Higbee secures it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back, and that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Side to 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the 50, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Play action. Stafford. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Rams to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, they sit him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
We're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
And Ndamukong Suh continues to be one of the pillars of a stout Buccaneers defense. They helped the team win the Super Bowl last year. 6 sacks in 2020. And if you don't send extra blockers his way, that number will go up.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And to give this time to the tailback. Down right around the 25. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. They'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick here is good. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion, but this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up. That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And running with power here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, here's Stafford looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point attempt here still to come. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Second and 5. Back to throw. A quick pass to Cup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A good move. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
A try here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Stafford here, coming off his pick six. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Williams brings it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guy. Just talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now Stafford. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run it with Jackson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. "46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. On first down, Stafford here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Again, it's Stafford. Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Williams. 2nd down at 4. To throw is Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To the air again, Stafford. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. 7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 3. Here's Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And finally he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the 1st half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again, Jackson.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
But closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets them home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
taken at about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. So out now come the Lions. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, and that's complete to Sanders. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Stafford. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. That's swung out wide to Sanders. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Stafford looks to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 35. Here's Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. And Sanders has got it. Complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Stafford's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Stafford firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Stafford on 3rd down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The sack by Robert Quinn.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Sanders. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Here's Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And to give this time to the tailback. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Again, he finds Moore. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Stafford. That is caught. It's Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 7 yards, the pickup there. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And it's complete to the tight end, Pettigrew. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident throw.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they can't bring him down. Oh, and now some space to operate. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly 1 minute to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under 1 minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Los Angeles, it may not be too late to salvage their season.